Good evening out there in YouTube land. How are That's right, Pammy. I got a V-neck on today, honey. How are y'all doing out there in YouTube land? You guys, thank you so much for joining me for this evening's sunset sale. I know it's not officially sunset for a lot of us, but I figure it's close enough. So we're going to go ahead and call it the sunset sale. I hope that you all have had a good day so far. So good evening. Maybe it's good morning, good night, good day to you all, of course, depending on when and where you are watching the live sale. If you were able to watch the replay, I certainly appreciate that. And to everybody that is able to join me here tonight live, thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. Before, of course, we get into the nuts and the berries of it all, let's go ahead and let's give some special shout outs to all of you out there that are saying hello in the chat. Look, if it's your first time here, maybe you've been a long time lurker, definitely feel free to say hello. Let us know it's your first time. There are some great people in the chat, and I promise they're going to make you feel right at home. The first comment that I'm able to highlight is this lady right here, Miss Ruthie B. How are you doing tonight, Ruthie? Thank you for being here with me this evening. Y'all know we're going to circle back to her here in just a second. We've got him out there. Good morning. Him, you a night owl out there, rocking and rolling. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us today. Certainly appreciate it. You know what, him? I know the piece you're talking about. It's actually a Weller. It's kind of a precursor to Roseville. So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's definitely harder to get. It is part of their, what is it? Malvern, Malver, but it's Weller Malvern collection. It's really pretty. So, yeah, looking forward to that one for sure. Good evening, Stephanie. How are you doing tonight? How's that foot doing, girl? It was right. Stay away from those mashed potatoes, girl. Every time I see them now, I think of you. I see Bob Evans mashed potatoes and I think of Stephanie right here. Good evening, Pammy. It's only funny because I know you're okay. Good evening, Pammy. How are you doing tonight? Appreciate you being here. No work for you today, lady. Hey, hey. Well, at least right now, right? Thank you for being here. Hey, Marianne. It's just Marianne. Well, Marianne, I appreciate you being here. How are you doing, Marianne? William, good evening. How are you doing tonight, sir? Thank you for being here. Hey, Miss Beth C. Again, always down here in the room. I'm always thinking about Beth C. She said, I'm going to make him think about me every day. Well, girl, mission accomplished. Check that one off the list. Good evening, glowy girl. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. I certainly appreciate it. As always, hey, Heartbroken, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. Kia ora, Marina, how are you tonight? Thank you for being here. She's saying hello to everybody out there in the chat. Good evening, Miss Diane. How are you doing tonight? Always appreciate you being here. Miss Elisa Tancredi, am I saying it right? Tancredi, am I close? Hello, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Miss Trina, girl, how are you doing today? Thank you for being here. Miss Karen Gillette up there. Say hello to Gavin for us. How are y'all doing? Hey, Miss Barb's. Look at that. That Picasso waving hello. How are you doing? Oh, there he is. Hey, Gavin, how are you doing tonight? We'll say hi to him ourselves. It's hot. Today was a nice day. It wasn't overly humid, thankfully. Hello, Lori. I'm glad that you're glad. We're all glad together. Thank you for being here, Lori. I do appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's scroll. I apologize if I'm scrolling past anybody in the chat. Hey, Bug. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. Miss Diane Husane, how are you? Hope you have had a good day today. Dusty, girl, how you doing today, Dusty? How you doing? Are you behaving out there, Dusty? Not too much, I hope. Black Tulip. is with us in the chat. Thank you for being here, Black. Appreciate you. Lisa, that's right, girl. We're in the nighttime. Who knows what'll happen out here? Oh, I did do I said it right. Okay. Hooked on phonics worked for me mostly. Hey, Joe, how are you doing tonight? Appreciate you being here as always. I think that I've caught up in the chat. Again, I apologize to anybody. I did go past. My apologies. I do appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and get into the sale. Now, you guys, we don't have a lot of items this evening. We are going to be doing a little bit of a condensed sale, but it is a beautiful sale. We've got glass, we've got jewelry, we've got pottery, we have got a little bit, little tiny bit of some kitsch that's left over. I'm really excited. This is one of my most personal favorite color palettes to work with. So it's all about the green. We're definitely heavy in the antique, though we do have, of course, some vintage items. So we're going to get into, hey, Julianne, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. But before we do, let's go ahead and take care of those nuts and berries, shall we? Um, so, if you are new here or it has been a while since you have joined me on this sale, I love green too, Stephanie. If it's been a while since you have joined me in the sale, make sure to send me out that contact information. It is simply the.Cult.Of.Vintage at yahoo.com. The information that you're going to want to include is the same as always. Keeping in mind, I have put it in the description of the video. It is your real name if it's different than your YouTube username, your full shipping address, including, of course, your zip code, so that I can get you the calculated discounted shipping. And last but definitely not least is the email address that you use for PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, it's okay. You send the same email with the same contact information. Just indicate that you would like a guest link. I will reply to that email and I will have a guest link. You can check out on PayPal. I got it, Miss Barb's. Um, you can use the link to check out as a guest so that you don't have to sign up for an account. You can use any form of payment that PayPal accepts. And the added bonus is that you still do get your buyer's protection. And of course, you will get tracking updates with that as soon as I send out your package. I am going to be doing all invoicing. Hey, Miss Joan, how are you doing tonight? I am going to be doing all of the invoicing tomorrow afternoon. So do be on the lookout for that. But if you are new or it's been a while, remember, I can't send you out an invoice if I don't have your information. Hello, Diane. How are you this evening? All right. Now, like I said, it is a condensed sale. Everything is going to be offer up. We are going to have our official bid ender with us yet again. It is the one, it is the only, it is Miss Ruthie B back for another sale, helping me out here on this sale. A lady, I really, truly do appreciate it. You do an excellent job every single time. Right there, she is with those green hearts. Y'all know what I'm going to ask. Please share a little love and some appreciation. Break out those applause hands. Throw in those heart emojis. Let's just share the love and appreciation for Ruthie, who really truly does make having the sale run that much easier. I know that we've got Miss Karen Gillette. While we have those hands out, let's keep them out for Miss Karen Gillette, who is a mod here. Also, of course, let's keep them out. I don't know if she's here yet. She may be here, if anything, in spirit. Let's give a shout out to Miss Kim, Miss Desert Gal Curious. Again, ladies, I really appreciate all of the work that you do in helping me out here because you really do make it that much easier. I said it before, I'll say it again. As individuals, you rock, but as a team, you guys kill it. So thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Hey, Robin, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining me. Look, I know. Do I ever know that there are a lot of options out there for you guys to check out vintage and antiques? And when I say I really do appreciate you guys being here and this being your destination, for at least a little bit this evening. I really do appreciate it. It's hard. I mean, my goodness, the options are abounding out there. That said, and I do say it humbly, of course, but I do think I bring you some of the best stuff out there. So, I mean, I'm just saying. My jaw just cracked. Alrighty. Hey, Freddie B, how are you doing tonight? The drink of choice tonight, if you guys, it is non-alcoholic. Um, if you guys have not tried these out, it is the San Pellegrino. It is their flavored waters. This is the blood orange. It's divine. They have other flavors. I can't think of them off the top of my head. This is the one we tried and I got it again. This is so exceptional. It really is. It's 130 calories. There are 29 grams of sugar in it. However, it's all natural flavoring. There's no chemicals in here. So I'm just saying, meow meow. Hello, Miss Anama Amy. How are you doing? Check these out. The San Pellegrino, the flavored waters. Are there any testifiers out there? The blood orange is bomb. Brenda has tried it. There you go. Don't believe me? Check out. Brenda said it. She said, I love the blood orange. Did you try any of the other ones, Brenda? Do you have any feedback on those? Mm. Hey, Mo. How are you doing? Hey, Colleen. How are you doing tonight? All right, let's get into it. Shouts Tway. Okay, yeah, the blood orange is the best. Okay, we're gonna start off our first item. This is our kitschy item, y'all. We had this like 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I did not receive the payment, so we are pulling him back out. I had a trio of them. The other two were paid, but this little guy, yeah, so he is back. It is the Lepton Pixie. Now, he doesn't have his Lepton sticker on there. He does have his Japan stamp. This one is the one, it's one of a grouping of four. We had three of them the other week. This one does not have any damage. There's no repairs, no chips or cracks to him. The paint, so far as the red cold paint on the little pom poms, as well as the buttons, it's all in very good shape. The face is like, it's very heavily painted. You can almost, I think, see the texturing on the screen, but this is more of like a bisque feel. So everything else is like a shiny, smooth glaze, but the base itself is, like I said, heavily painted. I don't want to call it a bisque. Like that paint is on there so thick that you really can't feel the ceramic underneath it. So again, no chips, no cracks. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. As I said the last time, these I have a fond memory of. My grandmother had the collection of these, and she would set them out, and she would always refer to them as her junkies because they were made in Japan, you know? So I have fond memories of them. The little yellow hat, the black hair, the black hair, brown eyes, definitely. Hey, Miss Gutierrez. It is definitely a little bit harder to find in your kitschy pixies. Of course, everybody was blonde haired and blue eyed back in the day. That's all anybody wanted to decorate with. So that's what makes them a little bit more unusual. He is 2 and 2/4 inches tall. That's up to the top of his little pom pom there. And he is 4.5 inches at his longest, 4.5 inches. Again, no condition issues to this fellow whatsoever. All right, Miss Stephanie has got him at 20. I'm going to go ahead and do a 20-second countdown. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bit end. I mean, he's a great Christmas pixie, clearly the green and red, but the yellow, like sunflower hat, you could definitely leave him out year round. You know what I mean? Pixies don't have to just live for Christmas. There is our buggy bid and thank you, Miss Ruthie B. I appreciate you. Miss Stephanie lady, congratulations and thank you. That is a great deal, lady. He is coming to you at $20. Thank you. Little get your written down. It was kind of ironic because I was like, well, if anything, at least he fits in with tonight's color scheme. He sure does. Alrighty. Let's start with a semi-tiny treasure. Now, this one is vintage. It's not antique, but I love it nonetheless. And the color really speaks to me. Pixie, he's a laid back dude. Congratulations, congratulations. Hi, Michael. I'm all been sick. Well, hey, Jane. Send a Ruthie B. She says, Stephanie, you sweetheart. Listen, if you've ever met Stephanie, it is not surprising how sweet she is. Ruthie B, Stephanie sent you a prezi. That's a good one. She said, thanks, Kites. Ooh, Kites! I'm loving the nickname. Shall we all call Stephanie Kites from now on? Uh, if you hate it, Stephanie, you can be like, I don't like that. Alrighty. So vintage, not antique on it, but I absolutely love these tiny treasures. You all know the deal, right? We're going to start it off at $15. Bam, there it is. Now, this is a little art glass done to look like a pocket perfume. Now, look, the deal is you could still use it as a pocket perfume if you really wanted to. And of course, we do have our little tassel on here. Now, if you hated the green, you could certainly just unknot it and thread through a new tassel if you would prefer. I like the monochromatic. I love just the little hit of brass on it at the top. Now, there is no dauber on the interior or spoon. So it's more of like an eau de toilette, right? Rather than a parfum. You would just do and then just do one of these. Or you could do one of these if you were feeling extra sassy. I don't know. But it's got a great pattern to it, almost like a basket weave. Thank you, Miss Chloe. Appreciate it. It has like very much like a basket weave and a beautiful emerald. The glass itself is done in a satin treatment, so you all know it's kind of frosty looking. That did not extend up, of course, onto the threading of the bottle. Again, we have the little brass knob on it that is simply tasseled with a green nylon cord. It's simple but really cute. And you know what? Quite frankly, like if you did have a cologne, I definitely think that you could, pour a little in there or an essential oil of some sort and put that in your purse. If you were traveling, why not? Actually totally functional. You just put it in there, and I forget what they call that when they siphon out from a parfum bottle, but you could just do one of those. Feeling extra sauce? Do too, right? And y'all know you got to put it right back here. Right? Do a little uh. I don't know. No chips, no cracks. Gorgeous emerald green color. I love it. This comes in at 2.5 inches from the top of the vial, 2.5 inches. And then the circumference, not circumference, Michael, diameter on the perfume bottle, that is at an exact 2 inches. All right. Oh, Ladale, how are you doing, Ladale? Hey, Brad, how are y'all doing tonight? Oh, and Brad, did I say Brad twice? I think I did. It's so nice to see familiar faces that I haven't gotten to see in a while. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. So the Dale is in it. Thank you, Chloe. Appreciate you. Like I said, no condition issues on it. Let's do the countdown. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bid end. But why not use this instead of a plastic bottle? You know what I'm like? Let's do this. Let's bring back class. Let's bring it back. Gosh darn it. Chloe, I got your just in case, girl. Well, girl, you got good timing. Hey, Heidi, how are you doing? What is it though? Oh, it's a tassel heart band. Thank you, Ruthie. Appreciate you. Ladale, I certainly appreciate you, but she had that just in case. She knows how to use them. Yes, she does. So at $18, Chloe, congratulations and thank you. The perfume, the pocket perfume is going to come live with you. Thank you, Chloe. All right. Okay, this isn't green, this next piece, but y'all, oh my gosh, we all have sash. Y'all know anti-sash. We all have anti-sash to thank for this. This is so good. And it's so funny because I have another piece that goes with this so well. It was just so ironical. Okay. I don't know, the talent and the artistry that goes behind these is insane. Okay. He loves the glitter. I don't have anything glittery. I rarely do. She's out and about. Don't Sasha's out and about. She is out and about. We're going to start this one off at $25. It is a brooch. Okay. So we do have our silver tone. Um, she's out and about. She is okay. She's just, life is keeping her very busy. You know how life can be. So we've got our silver tone backing on it. It is a little bit of an older clasp on there. Okay. It's kind of got like almost a jump ring on it, if you will. So we see the pin. We've got a gorgeous braided silver tone edging on it. Y'all know how I'm going to do it, right? So it's 2.5 inches, to beg pardon, 2.5 inches long, and it's 2 inches tall, if you will. We're a little out of season for this piece, but I think that you guys will still appreciate it. Are you ready? Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's a Russian lacquered brooch. I really hope that this is coming. Do you see like the depth? Okay, so we've got the barn in the front or the home in the front, and then you've got like the bushes and the tree. But do you see the depth that is creating like where the church is back there? Let's see how close. Do you see the iridescence in the sky? Like it's not this, it's just so exceptional. To me, it looks like there's 3 layers. You have the foreground, the front, and then this where the slate is. Now there is an artisan signature right here. It is, like I said, a Russian enameled brooch. I have to be honest with you. This is like I don't think this is lacquered. It's glass. Okay. So it's just so stunning. It is a winter scene, of course, but do you see the sky back there? It almost has like a mother of pearl sheen to it. I mean, in real life, oh my gosh, it's so lustre and beautiful. I absolutely love this brooch. This is certainly something that could be worn. There she is, Miss Kim, on a winter coat. Absolutely for sure. Okay. There's no scratches, there's no cracks to it. Again, in a silver tone. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So 2.25 inches tall. No, it's not. It's 2 inches tall here and 2.25 inches at its longest. Okay. So it's a hand painted Russian brooch, which I do believe is on a glass and not on like a traditional wood lacquer. Silver tone on the back, no pitting. Okay. It's definitely been worn. And then like a jump spring. Whoa, be careful. It's on like a jump spring brooch on there. Okay, so we started off at 25. If there is no interest on that one, look at that. Look at that behind the clouds here. Do you see? It just is so gorgeous. It's icy, icy, icy. But yes, I agree. It absolutely is like a Currier and Ives painting, 100%. Yes, Jane, I totally agree with that. All right, no interest. We're going to set it to the side and we're going to keep it moving. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a bigger piece right now. This is technically the tallest, largest piece, if you will. Definitely a piece for like a Victorian home decor lover. We're going to start it off at 30. There are no condition issues. There are no chips. There are no cracks to this piece. It is in, yes, boys and girls, a clear satin glass, but I love it so. It is the hand holding the cornucopia. It is, of course, a glass vase. All right. We've got a little bit of a ruffled detailing up here at the top. Again, no chips, no cracks to it. Look at that. Ah, the only thing I don't like about clear glass is that it's a little difficult to show on camera. Now, this vase is coming in at thank you, Angel, appreciate you. This vase is coming in at an exact 12 inches. So it is substantial. It's not like one of the smaller ones that you see. I think a lot of times you see them in milk glass. I know Fenton did quite a few. This one is unmarked, okay? You'll have to apologize. I thought I got it out. There's sticker residue, so it's looking a little weird right here. I thought I got it all out. Apparently, or I should say clearly, I did not. It's because some of the tape is still on it. I'll clean that up for whomever gets it, of course. But 12 inches tall, and then you have a diameter on the vase at 4.5 inch diameter on the opening. So y'all know what I'm going to say, dried flowers in here. Definitely something that is a large bloom. Again, I'm still stuck on the hydrangeas. They're massive. You could get like 2 or 3 of those hydrangeas in here. And the base. Oh, you want the brooch. Angel, okay, girl. Angel's on the brooch. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Angel, upside down. Angel, you'll get the brooch. Okay, Angel Bailey, because I started the vase at 30. Angel, well, we're not going to do a countdown or anything like that. Angel, the brooch, that is coming to. Don't apologize. I appreciate it. We're back to 30 on the hand vase. If anybody was interested on that one. You'd think I would. I mean, it's not like I put the start bid or anything in there like that at all. So, again, it is a clear satin, classic Victorian decor. She does, of course, almost look like she has like a ruffled collar, not collar, a ruffled sleeve on there. But that's a beautiful piece, right? Timeless, year round. Definitely more of a classical decor. No chips, no cracks, 12 inches. And again, we are at 4.5 inch diameter on that. But if we have no interest on the hand vase, I'm going to set that one to the side and we will keep it moving. Okay. Angel, you've got the brooch. Gotcha. Okay. We're all up to speed now. Okay. Next piece, antique decor lovers. Or if you are art lovers, I think this one could be like in your wheelhouse. We'll see. Condition is so good. We're going to start it off at $35 if anybody is interested. La la la. There it is. Okay. Let's start from the back, kind of plain Jane. From the back, you got a blue and white paper back there, very organic looking, almost looks like branches or seaweed, if you will. We've got our green with our clasp on there. But then when we go to the side, we can see that it is embossed, kind of like some clover and vine. Get it, Lisa? She knew what it was. The pattern does repeat to the front. Look at that. The latch is in excellent condition. And then again, the pattern comes over onto this side. Okay. Look at that. It is a glove box with a celluloid cover. Y'all, it's like not even crazed, like there's no crackling to it. Look at that. She's sitting out there. Is she on like, I don't know, where is she at? A lake? Is she in Nantucket? I don't know, but she's sitting in an old boat there. Look at that. She's definitely in her feelings for sure. But look at that celluloid. Look at the luster, the shine that is still on that. Now, look, even if there was some crazing, I probably would have picked this piece up. Look at that. That's so gorgeous. And of course, it's got like a little bit of an indentation. Now, y'all know how the interiors to these can kind of go roached out. People have ripped them out. Not on this one. Look at that. The condition on the interior is phenomenal. Look at that. The rouging that's done in there. You've got all of the gathering. It kind of surprised me that they did it in a very light blue in a contrast. I thought for sure when I opened this was going to contain some form of a green fabric, but no, it does have the, I mean, look at that. It's like a satin fabric, not, I don't know, it could be silk. No, it feels too thick. So more of a satin fabric on that one. But the interior on that is, oh my gosh, stop it. I mean, this thing, I don't know if it was ever used or if it was used sparingly. And of course, people just valued it. And I really think that it is, of course, the image on the front. There's just something so sad about her, right? I think it's beautiful. The length we are at, ready for it, 13 inches long. It is 13, blue like the water, Deborah. You're smart. Get it. It is 13 inches long. It is 2.5 inches tall, 2.5 inches tall, and it is 4.5 inches wide. Uh-oh, Lisa, Stephanie's coming in on you. Watch out. So 4.5 wide, 2.5 tall, and again, we are at 13 inches long. The condition is, there is, of course, like some discoloration to the backing, but it sits on the, who cares? Look at that. Look at that. That condition, y'all. That's beautiful. I love this. That brass and green, stop it. You can put your tiny treasures in there. Put your secrets, put your gloves. I don't know. There she is. Look, Sash, we were just talking about. Yeah. We had the Glowy. There she is. Get her, Glowy, get her. Thank you, Janet. I got you in it at 40. Ladies, I definitely appreciate all of your bids. Thank you all so much. Her ears must have been burning that sash. Look at the condition. Look at the condition. Karen, what are you doing? I don't know. This is good. Just Karen. Oh, Karen, as a kidney stone sufferer, girl. Oh, honey. I just hope they pass good for you. You know, that's just, that is the worst. Is it in the back? Is it on the side? Or are they on the front? Do you know? Oh, Lordy Lord. All right. Janet is in it at, that's unusual for women to get. We were just, Sash, the brooch you sent me. I just got into the boxes today or yesterday. This matches a piece that I have in tonight's sale sash. Wait, it's crazy. All right, Janet's holding it at 40. She's like, y'all better come on with this countdown. Let's do it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bid end. Get you up close and personal again. Was she out there getting the oysters? I don't know. Ooh, ooh, sold, Lisa, girl, Janet. Oh no, Janet, Miss Janet, girl, it's okay. I will sell you everything. I'm gonna give you free shipping. Okay, good night, everyone. Janet, look for the invoice in the morning. Um, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily. Bid end. Thank you. Oh, Janet, come on. I'd really appreciate it. I'll even throw in some freebies for you, girl. Thank you, Ruthie, for the bid end. Janet, the 50, I'm gonna be fair. I am. So at 41, it's going to go to Miss Lisa G. Is that right? I don't know. Hold on, the math of it all. Pretty sure. Yes. So at 41, we'll go to Miss Lisa G. Miss Lisa G, congratulations. Okay. Let's see what else. We're going to do a choice. Y'all know I have been on a kick. I have been on a kick. This is choice. You choose which color you want. I've got three of them. I've been on a marble kick, and the choice is going to start off at just $15. Okay, $15. You choose what color that you would like. I'm not fancy tonight. I don't have them in jars. I apologize. I have them in baggies. Okay. First up, we've got a full baggie of green marble. Look at the jadeite marbles. Do you see all the jadeite marbles in there? Now, oh, look at this one, the lustery. There's two or three of them. I snuck in a little bit of um, like a chartreuse with these, but I think it looks really good. There is some clear ones in here also, okay? So this is all of your greens, lots of jadeites. We do, in fact, have a shooter. So choice number one is the baggie of green. Oh, I've got quite a few marbles here tonight, Kim. So maybe, you know, it is the baggie of green marbles, including, of course, all of the jadeites. So that will be choice number one, green, clearly. Well, we just did green and blue, so guess what's a good follow-up? How about we do a baggie full of the blue marbles, or you can choose the blues. Look at this. This particular one right here is quite stunning. Okay. I love pulling these together, the colors, and just doing monochromatic looks rather than a whole bunch of different colors. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that. So those are two choices. We have green or we have blue, either of the baggies, but we're not done. There is actually a third choice. Yes, there is, boys and girls. By the way, none of the marbles in the green or the blue glow. Okay, then this bag isn't as nice. I apologize. Then we have all of the reds. I'm calling this the sunset bag. Do you see that one? This one's got some really pretty fantastical marbles in here. Now, I will tell you, there's a marble in here that glows like a nobody's business. Let's see if I can find it. And it's not a marble that I would have suspected. It really isn't. Am I going to be able to find it now that we're on camera? Maybe, maybe not. Where you at? Where did you go? Right there. Okay. I'll pull that. I only have one marble out of all of them that glows, and it's in the sunset one. It is. Let's pull this off. So I pulled out the wrong marble. Yeah, it's this one. Can you see it? I There it is without. Okay. But this one, it's full uranium green. Now the green glow gets a little broken up because the red kind of stops it from going through the entire way. But that one glows a bright green, interestingly enough. I really would not have thought that. Out of all of the marbles, certainly one of the green ones or blue would have glown. But no, 'tis this one that glows bright green. Okay. So again, we did do 15 at choice. You can choose the sunset, the oranges. You can do the greens, or you could do the blue. So I do have those as the three choices, okay? And started it at 3, but if we have no interest on the marbles, we're going to set those to the side and we will keep it moving. Where am I going to put these? There. Okay, we're going to pull out our pottery right now. This is an absolutely beautiful piece of pottery. Truth be told, it has some green in it. It kind of works with our color palette, but it was a little contrasty, so I didn't put it in the main grouping, but I did take a picture of it. There are no chips, there are no cracks to this piece, and it is definitely a harder to get. It is from the 20s, so we're looking at about a 100-year-old piece of pottery. It is, in fact, from Weller. Now, unlike some of the later pieces of Weller, this one, the Weller was hand done, hand inscribed. It's difficult to see, but it is there. It is on, of course, the bottom. I think it's showing up pretty good for you. Keep in mind, this is just simply where the glaze did not cover. You can see kind of like where it would have been stuck up on, I don't know whether it was metal or wood. You can see one, two, three. Can you see the Weller pottery in there? So again, the white that you're seeing, you're just seeing the actual clay, and it's not damaged, okay? This is from the 1920s. It is from their Mulverin collection. Okay. Now, the Mulverin collection really encompassed a lot of different shapes, of course, very kind of like pre arts and crafts. It had a lot of different shapes and a lot of plant life. A lot of the Mulverin actually have a lot of browns and creams, and this red mulberry. Okay, so here's your front, the red mulberry pattern, and there it is on the back. So it's just the simple leaf. You can see wrapping around the base of it, you do have like the branch or the vine. Okay, look at that. The texturing on this is absolutely beautiful. The background on it is again like a red mulberry with the yellow and that green coming through. This is the most vibrant of the colorways that they did on it, and it is fully glazed on the interior. Again, a gorgeous mulberry glaze on the interior. It is, of course, a matte glaze. It's a very unique shape for sure, right? It is a larger piece. It's not a little tiny one. This one is 8¼ inches tall, 8¼ inches tall. It is 6½ inches from point to point, and you are at 5½ inches in diameter. Okay. Again, there are no chips, there are no cracks to it. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I actually picked this up in Michigan, of all places. Look at the ombre effect on that. That is absolutely beautiful. Again, the mulberry, the yellow into the green. It's just quite striking. I have to say, while I do love just the green leaves and stem, I much prefer it with the little bloom on there. And again, they call it this is like the mulberry, but it is from the Malvern, Malvern, the Malvern, right? We started it at 45, but if there is no interest on that one, we're going to set that to the side and we will keep it moving. Choo choo. All right. Let's try some glass next. Let's see here. And we'll start it at 35. This one is like a check glass. We have no condition issues on this. Oh, I love this. It's like it's a gorgeous opaline to the body of it. And then oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now, there is no signature on it. It is hand blown, of course, but I'm like 95% sure it's a check glass. So that gorgeous opaline, it is semi-translucent. So I don't know that, well, you can kind of see my fingers coming through back there, can't you? Let me rotate it. Oh, look at that gorgeous emerald green on that one. Now, this is not a color combination that I have seen before. The opaline, oh my gosh, with that gorgeous emerald green on it. Again, you have no chips or cracks on it. It is a gorgeous piece of glass. I love the color combination on this one. Okay. And again, that opaline body to it. Stop it. I love it from the back. I mean, truly, just viewing it from the back, that's a gorgeous piece of glass right there. But that emerald green contrast, that is it. So this comes in at its tallest at 5 3/4 inches, 5 3/4 inches tall. And then you have a diameter at the widest on the ruffle here at 6 inches, 6 inch diameter at the widest. Okay. But look at this. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Do you see the opaline effect to it? Kind of like an opalescent. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know. I really think I might display it like that, right? I've seen these in like the purples and the amethyst. The oxblood is a pretty common one to it though too. I don't know. I think she is just so lovely and gorgeous. Again, we started it off at 35. It is a Czech art glass, Jack and Pulpit. Got a gorgeous opaline to it with a beautiful emerald crest on it. But if we have no interest on that one, we'll set that to the side too. Okay. Another piece of gorgeous green glass is what we've got coming on this one. This is actually a twofer. It was originally developed by the Heisey Glass Collection. We're going to start actually this one also off at $35. I think I've had the pleasure of selling this one once before. We'll just repop that back up. There are no chips, there are no cracks on it. This is the original mold to this is from the Heisey Art Glass Company. Okay, Heisey Art Glass. It's got a very Art Deco pattern to it. This was then. Well, let me show you the bottom. This was actually the mold was from Heisey, but this particular one then was made by Mosser. So again, we can see the Heisey mark right here. But this one was made, where am I at? It says patent pending, I believe, is what the other ones were. But there is your highs. Whoa, Michael, get up close and personal. It doesn't glow. Okay, this one doesn't glow. Like a lot of Mosser glass does not glow. And then we have a very controlled opalescent edge to it. Thank you, Pammy. Thank you, Glowy. We got Miss Pammy in it first. Okay, look at that. Now, when Heisey first produced this, they did do it in a number of colors, but their most popular was something called the Moonbeam. The Moonbeam was actually, I would argue, the Moonbeam was kind of in between this one and this more uranium looking green. It was a very washed out emerald, is what I think they referred to it as, but it's just an absolutely gorgeous piece of glass. The pattern is repeated on the lid. Look at that. Buttermints in this one all day long, Kim. All day long. Um, I just love that. Do you see just the little itty bitty piece of opalescent right there on the very tippy top? Doesn't it look like jewels though? I think that is so gorgeous. It's just a beautiful piece of glass. You do have like a beveled edge down here. Again, those details that Heisey did, they really did do simple patterns, but they really elevated them by just with some very minor details to them. So just the pedestal alone, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The color. I mean, you don't need to have a UV collection on this one. This bad boy glows all by itself. Isn't that great? No chips, no cracks, no flea bites to it. Nowhere around the rim. That gorgeous opalescent along the body. So we are at 8 1/4 inches tall, 8 1/4 inches tall in this one. Of course, that's from the base to the top of the finial. Thank you, Pammy. Thank you, Glowy. Appreciate you both. Miss Glowy's holding it down at 37. Let's go ahead and do the countdown. So here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, Three, two, one, and a bid end. Toxic? Don't you know that you're toxic? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, Pammy coming in with her just in case. She's holding it at 38. Is Chloe going for the gold? I don't know. My chat is frozen. There's our Apple bid end. Thank you, Miss Ruthie B. Appreciate ya. Well, Chloe, I certainly appreciate it. But with that, just in case, 40 at 38. Pammy girl, congratulations and thank you. It is coming to ya. Pammy, Pammy. Okay. We've got to have our medal. We've got to have our medal. All righty. This piece is an exceptional piece. We're starting it at $40. Yes, we are. We can get it to start. There it is. $40. This is a jewelry casket. This one is heavily sculpted, heavily molded. This is what I should say. Look at this one. You've got the Jenny Lynn heads running around the perimeter. We have one both front and back. We have Jenny Lynn's on both sides. So on the base of the casket, we have a total of 4 of the Jenny Lynn faces. Of course, those are all kind of peeking out of the flowers. The pin is still in there. It is still hinged. No condition issue there. I will let you know there is no interior on this one. Not too much of a shocker. You know, the silk and satin interiors, they really kind of roached out a lot. So look at the top of this. There's another Jenny Lynn head peeking out. Is that not? There's another one. We've got 6. Let me make sure. Yes, we have a total of 6. Thank you, Dusty. There's a total of 6 Jenny Lynn heads on this one. Okay. We've got 4 along the base and we have 2 on the top. Look at that. The detailing on this one is gorgeous. We do have some patina. I think it really adds a lot of aesthetic value to it. Really, truly do. But to each their own. We are 4-footed on this one. Oh, there is a manufacturer's one. Oh, Lord, let's see if I can read it. Oh, it's B&W, Danbury, Connecticut. B&W, Danbury, Connecticut. Pretty popular jewelry casket maker. I mean, just to think, you know, that's where the jewels used to go, right? I know, I really like the patina too. I think it is quite beautiful. I love the Jenny Lynn's. Those are my favorites whenever they have the Jenny Lynn faces on them. But I love the scrolled little feet too. I think that's quite fabulous. All right, we got Miss Dusty holding it down at 40. Appreciate you, lady. Sadly, no liner. But who cares? Put your tiny treasures, tell your secrets in there, and just close the lid on them. All right, let's do the countdown for you. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Oh, Kim's going to go with purple velvet. Guess what color I would put in there? Green. Dusty's playing it safe with that just in case. And there is our Jenny Lynn head bid end. Thank you, Miss Ruthie B. I appreciate you. Dusty lady, congratulations and thank you. You didn't need your just in case because at $40, lady, it is coming to you. And my goodness, that is a beautiful jewelry casket. Congratulations, lady. Thank you. All right. Get you written down here. This is the piece that matched the brooch from earlier. Okay. It's so tiny and I love it. Oh my goodness. I forgot I put marble. I just got marbles everywhere. Well, let's put the, well, where am I going to put them? I don't have a pocket on this. No, I don't. Where am I going to put them? We'll just put them in here. Okay. This is beautiful. Again, the artistry behind this. So we do have a winter scene. So we're out of season, but by golly, it is so gorgeous. So classic Russian lacquer box to it. This one is wood, okay? Circular. Diameter is at 3 inches. Okay, so it's not huge, you know. Classic red interior. You all know the deal, right? Look at the perimeter. So we've got like a snowfield here with the snow falling in the darkness. Now I'm not wearing pants again. Of course not. That would boo. Who wants to wear pants? Jeez. Okay, Angel, girl, if you get this one to match your brooch, ready for the lid. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that. It's giving like Snow Queen vibes, right? Do you see the detailing on that face? Can you see that? Now there is a craze mark. You see right here. There's another craze right down here by the hair. Look at do you see her robe? It's like a metallic paint and it shimmers. It is so beautiful, y'all. Look at that. And then she's saying hi to her little squirrel friend up there in the tree. Oh, I just look at the face. Her muff, just like the fur trim, her shawl with the fringe. Chloe girl, I got you at 37. I know it is, it's so good. The colorway, let me not stab myself. Look at that. That is look at that. That's beautiful. I just fell in love. I did. I love these boxes. You know, I'm assuming it's again another Russian folklore kind of thing, but they're typically more in like the reds and yellows. They're in like those bright, very sunny colors, whereas this one in like the blues, the white, the black, is just making it all pop out. She's very Disney-like too. I wish my camera would focus a little bit better because I'm telling you what, in real life, you just wait and see. Again, that coat and the dress and that shimmery metallic. Oh my gosh, I love it. So yes. All right, there we go. No condition. Well, I guess there are two craze marks. One right here and one right down here. I mean, that one you can feel, this one you can't. And there's your perimeter. Isn't that fabulous? I love that. Again, it comes in at 1.5 inches tall, and the diameter on it, you are at 3 inches. So Miss Glowy is holding it down. Thank you, Angel, for your bid. Miss Glowy is holding it at 37. Let's go ahead and do the countdown. There is a signature. It is so incredibly tiny. There's just like zero way. It is right down here. I can't read that. I can't read that at all. Like, forget it. All right, let's do the countdown. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bid end. Ooh, Angel ain't playing. Get it, girl. She got her just in case in. Oh, Glowy got hers in. Ooh. There's our squirrel and rabbit bid end. Thank you, Miss Ruthie B. Appreciate ya. Well, Glowy, I sure do appreciate it. But Miss Angel had that just in case. So at 48, Angel Girl, congratulations. You're getting the set. Look at that. Now that's a great collection. Congratulations and thank you again, Angel. It's coming to you. Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate you, lady. All right. Look at, and they're both in there. Um, oh, okay. Let's do this. We've got a gorgeous piece of art glass. Now, I do believe this to be check also. This one kind of ties us back into our glove box from earlier. It is the combination of blue and green. Now, I am not always the biggest fan of baskets. However, this one, while it is a basket, it doesn't scream like it's not like 1980s basket, but the glass on it is stunning. Look at that. That blue with the opalescence, the applied green handle. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Well, yeah. Do you see? It almost has like a leaf. Obviously, it's a tool mark, but it creates very much like a leaf detail on both sides. I love that. Look at this weird little handle. It's so good. And like I said, it just ties in so well with the glove box from earlier. Isn't that a gorgeous look? Oh, I love it, especially when we consider that the interior, not that you really see it, but the interior on the box is that green. That's so good. That is so good. I love that. I've always loved green and blue. Combination. I know it's kind of like a fashion faux pas there for a hot minute, but I don't know why. I think it looks great. Thank you, Miss Deb. Appreciate you. The basket, there are no chips, there are no cracks, there are no flea bites to this. It is a hand blown. Okay, this is a rougher mark down here. So it was ground out. Obviously, it has not been smoothed nor polished, but it is indicating, of course, that it was hand blown. I just, like I said, baskets aren't always my thing, but something like this, it's just so different. Um, yeah, it's a basket, it's got a handle on it, but it's not like, it's not that basket. You all know what I'm saying? It's not like that basket. Not that there's anything wrong with that basket, but if I'm gonna bring you a basket, then it needs to be a little bit different. Doesn't glow, there's no UV. Fluoresce to it, but we have a gorgeous blue with an opalescent. We've got a great crest on that one. Again, with that gorgeous kind of hunter green applied handle, and then just the little added detail, almost like they're little leaves on the sides. I think so too, Deb. I'm glad you agree. This is coming in at 5.5 inches tall, 5.5 inches tall, and then you have a diameter on that one at, and I did measure it on the diagonal. Note that it almost has like a clover or a club. Like it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pinches. So on the diagonal, that comes in at 7 inches. Okay. 7 inch diagonal on it. I know. Yes, you could definitely mix these colors up. You could do a very high-end look with those blues and greens. All right, let's do, and I liked it with the brass too, by the way, right? I think it's a little bit elevated with like the brass tone to it. All right, let's do the countdown. Here we go. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bid end. Ooh, I love it. Look at that. There is our, what is that, girl? Our grape apple. It's our fruit basket. Gotcha, girl. It's our fruit of the loom bid end. Thank you, Miss Ruthie B. Appreciate you. So at 32, Deb Lady, congratulations and thank you. What an excellent get It is coming to you. Thank you. Okay. Hold on, I just gotta spell that last name right. Lord knows PayPal don't like it if you didn't get something exactly right. They like, I don't know who that is. All right. So I've got a piece of jewelry coming up next for y'all. This is more of a vintage piece, not antique, but I really like it. It is in a sterling silver with a malachite in it, one of my favorite stones. We'll start it off at $20. Now, listen, truth be told, I am going to sell it to you as I found it. I am not the biggest fan of this chain. I think that the chain is there's nothing wrong with the chain, especially if you like a larger chain. It's reading more masculine. The drop on the chain is 11 and a half inches. 11 and a half inches. It is a linked chain. Okay. Like I said, it reads a little bit more masculine, especially for the pendant. We do have a C clasp on that one, if you're going to focus. We do have a C clasp on it. This is how I found it. This is how I will sell it. If I were to get it or to keep it, I would quite frankly replace the chain. So it is, yeah, it's definitely a larger chain. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if you like a thick, bulkier chain, if you want to create more of a statement. But for me, it's all about the pendant. Look at that. Like again, this chain, it's to me, it's a little too bulky for the pendant. I guess I could show it to you with the chain on, but it doesn't read right for me. This should be a finer chain. You're definitely going to want to get a thicker chain. There is some really good, thank you, Miss Deb. There is some good weight on the pendant. It's not overly heavy, but it does need a little bit more weight to it. Again, we have a 1 inch square piece of malachite in there. Okay. The total length on the pendant is 2.5 inches. Keep in mind, I did measure it from the bail to the bottom, just simply because I do consider the bail, and it is a large bail, to be part of the pendant. I love the use of the negative space on this one. It does give a little bit of a mid-century vibe to it. If that's kind of like your aesthetic or your vibe, then we do think that you could certainly turn this. You're seeing it with a turtleneck and a beehive. Oh, why not? Oh, you can't see it anyhow on me. But I love this stone. And that's got some great veining in it. Look at how uniform they all are. And then it gets super abstract down here. Mother Nature at her finest. So again, the total pendant length is 2.5 inches. The malachite on the interior. Good night, Heidi. Thank you for joining me. The stone in the interior is 1 inch squared, so it's 1 inch on all four sides. Okay, so Miss Deborah had it at 20. Angel coming in at 22. Miss Linda is in it at 23. Again, appreciate it, ladies. The star of it really is the pendant for me. Okay, the chain, you're going to have the extra chain to come with it. Okay. Maybe you have something else you could wear this with. Maybe you would wear the chain by itself. But this pendant is that's a great pendant. It really is. I love that green. Look at how vibrant though. Needs a little polishing. For me, I would polish it. I know for some out there you wouldn't dare. All right. All right, let's do it. Miss Linda's holding it down at 23. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a bid end. We got the just in cases. Linda, I got your 28. Miss Angel, I'm seeing your 30. There's our diamond. Diamonds. Girl's best friend. Boop, boop. Bid end. Thank you, Miss Ruthie B. Well, they were duking it out, but at $29, Miss Angel Girl, congratulations and thank you again. The necklace and pendant, of course, are coming to you. Well, there you go. I said it was a condensed sale, and I meant that it was a condensed sale because that, surprise, surprise, was our last item. I'm not going to be doing, whatchamacallit, surprise items this evening. Okay, there's no surprise items. Now, and I, since we did get through the sale pretty quickly in a little over an hour, thank you everybody for coming to the sale. I certainly appreciate it. I guess I do have a question for you all, and this is a legit one. Um, I guess my question is like, what is it that you guys are looking for? Like, what are the items that you guys are looking for? Is it pottery? I don't know if it is. Are you looking for more glass? And I ask just because, well, truthfully, let me just go ahead. I'm going to shoot you all straight. I feel like anymore, I don't know what people are looking for. And the only way that I think that I can do better by that is just coming out and just straight up asking. I like to think, again, that I do bring beautiful items. I do try to bring unique items, but I don't know if they're really hitting the mark or landing. As this is my full time job, I have to do my best to make as many of the pieces that I bring land. And I have noted, I would say, over the last 2 months, that it seems to be a little bit harder to get things to land. So, okay, this is what I'm looking for is the feedback. Thank you. Let's see what y'all are saying. Polish pottery. That's an interesting. The glass. Okay, let's talk about the glass. All right, the rubber face, the kitsch. You're wanting the jewelry. The jewelry has definitely been doing well. All right. When we say glass, though, like what kind of glass? Are we looking for antique glass? Are we looking for contemporary? Um, well, I can put dust on just about anything. Yeah, bud vases, smalls. I feel like a lot of it's interesting to me because I do feel that by and large the market has drastically changed. And I do think that, well, you know what, let's have a real honest conversation. What I have noted, and as somebody who is, of course, living in the same world, I don't, hey Mary, how are you doing tonight? Um, it's one thing to find amazing items, but the question is, or to feel like I'm finding amazing items, but if they're not resonating with people, then that's an issue for me. Again, this is a full-time job. This is not the side hustle that it once was. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really do try to put thought into curating, and I do try to actually curate the sales. Um, so the jewelry you got, yeah, the Victorian jewelry I've really been slag. Okay, thank you for being specific, Pammy. Glass slag. I know that the economy is tough out there. I get it. Trust me, I live in the same world. Glass slag. Uh, okay, the uranium is still kind of hanging in there. We're ephemera. I don't know. It's difficult, you know. Um, what I will say is that I have had, or I am, the last 2 days, I really have been trying to put in more energy into, you like the German and the Russian, okay? Um, I have been trying to put more energy into eBay. And the reason is because there's a lot of stuff that I like that I don't know that translates well. Like I'm putting a lot of concentration into toys into eBay because I, in my experience, have found that they're not resonating that well. Um, and that's okay. There's a strong market for it, but I don't know that YouTube live sales are the best for it. The naughty figures, Pammy, it would be you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Pammy and Beth and Ruthie out there trying to get me banned off of YouTube. Uh, I have some risque stuff too, but it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell because obviously you can't really show it. The pinups. I hope nobody minded the new stickers that I was putting in the boxes. They're all pinups. They're all pinups. Um, yeah, so I don't know. It's just been interesting the last 2 months, and to be honest, like it does. And I know that there are a lot of people I think that are feeling the same way. Maybe people aren't saying it. I'm just going to come out and say it. It has been concerning. It has been greatly concerning. As a small business, as somebody who does this as their sole source of income, it has been greatly concerning to kind of see a tremendous downturn, I think, in vintage and antiques. And there was a really interesting comment that I had saw on Instagram, and man, I really wish that I could remember what the post was, whether it was a photo or whether it was a video. That it's not that it's unheard of, um, especially with what are considered luxury items. And at the end of the day, everything that we are selling is a want. It's not a need. And I think that's why I've always pushed myself, that because of always recognizing that these are not needs, right? That these are wants. And in order to really distinguish that and to really make it super desirable is to try to bring things that are unique, things that you don't see a lot of, things that you can't walk into the thrift store and pull out. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the reality of actually earning a living off of it is much different. It's much different when you do this full time versus when I did this when I had a full time job and I could source and sell 10 items a week. That's not feasible now. You really got to find the good stuff in order to pay those bills. You know what, Smith? That's a really interesting one. I am writing down the stuff that you guys are saying too. I do apologize. I'm not. You know what, Deborah? um, I think that is a tremendous thing. Um, you do like the sunglass, okay, but you like it turned, okay. Um, Deborah, I agree with you like 100%, and I think a lot of it, if I'm to be even further frank with you, I'm not trying to like stir anything up, but I think that a lot of it is I have definitely contributed to that. Is that I think that I think I'm going to exaggerate when I say everyone, but everyone seems to, I think, want to be a reseller, right? And I think a lot of it has to do with the economy, and everybody's looking for that side hustle. And I have noticed that a lot. Oh my gosh, I mean, where isn't there a marketplace? Where isn't there? I mean, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's YouTube, it's whatnot. It's other marketplaces that are now existing. which is great for people that don't have to pay their bills, but it does make it increasingly and far more difficult when you do it as a full-time reseller. I think a lot of it does have to do also with sourcing. I think that sourcing has really changed over the course of the years, especially with the advent of technology. Everybody wants to sell that item for what it sells for online. And that includes from garage sales and yard sales and flea markets and the thrift stores, and it's kind of crazy because you can't pay the kind of prices that that people want you know I think that there's nothing wrong with trying to get top dollar, but it's one of those things where, and I've said it on video and I'll say it again, it's one of those things where it's like, what does an eBay price, what does by Kim, what does an online price have to do with me sitting here in a field? And I am going to take it a step further, and I know that this might be semi controversial. Welcome to the real me. Um, if I'm in an antique mall, and there's no disrespect to anybody that is selling in an antique mall, or that is a vendor in an antique mall, but when you're pulling up and you're pricing your things based on a sold comp on eBay that has quite literally tens of millions of people at it, what does that market have to do with you pricing it for your online store? So if this sells for $50 online in front of tens of millions of people, and I'm in a town population of 12,000 and you want the same amount of dollars, but you don't want to list it online, do you know what I'm saying? That has also been a huge shift. There's economic shifts that definitely have played into it. That has played out for several months now. And I've said it before. I think that when the rate of inflation on groceries really started to escalate, that is when I think across the reselling community that we really began to see people kind of be like, when it was happening with gas, what I noted that people, it didn't really it didn't really affect things. But once those that grocery bill started climbing up, that's immediately when we started to kind of see the pullback on it. And again, then you're like, okay, let me try to compensate. Um, Let me try to compensate by finding better things. But then you're in a market where now everybody wants what it sells for online. And I will be honest with you, there are times that even though I'm selling online, I'm selling in a specific marketplace, which is a YouTube live sale. So while I refer to eBay as a price point to see if I'm overspending on something, 9 times out of 10, I'm not starting my starting prices for what something sells for on eBay because I recognize the limitations, right? I don't have the expectation as a reseller that, oh, well, I'm selling on a YouTube live sale, so therefore it doesn't matter because I'm not selling it on eBay. eBay is where you're inherently, as a reseller, going to typically get top dollar. That's not always the case, but by and large. Um, so again, and I think that those are things it is uncomfortable to talk about. It's uncomfortable because, again, I don't want to belittle, I don't want to be reductive to anybody who is selling vintage or antiques in an antique mall. But, you know, I mean, uh, am I crazy? Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm standing there and I'm like, where am I at? What does me standing in. And there have been some antique malls that I've been in that it's just like we are literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, well, it sells for that on eBay. Then put the shit on eBay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want that price, then sell it for that price. Um, Pat, no, I honestly, I am no longer um, an owner a marketplace owner on Vamp, and that had to do with my time schedule. Um, you know, again, well, I don't know that I've articulated this, but um, and I guess this is weird because I guess this is kind of turning into a live test run for some of the videos that I want to put out. But I've had a lot of changes. You guys have been along with me over the last 4 years. There have been substantial changes to my life, not just professionally, but personally. And I think that that really begins to shift where my priorities lie. My priorities are and always will be with my family and my loved ones. Um, Period, full stop. That's just where it's at. And because I am in a relationship with somebody who does have a business, and that business is very time consuming, and because my partner who owns a business that is very time consuming is also then rebuilding a house, I think that it is incredibly important for me as a person, as a friend, and as a partner to avail myself to help that person to try to lighten their load, and that does bring me joy. Um, it does limit my ability to do the cult of vintage kind of stuff, and to be honest with you, I am totally okay with that. The reason that I am totally okay with that is because there has never been a point in this journey when I started the Cult of Vintage or started doing live sales, or started making videos. This has never been about me seeking attention or validation through this platform or through social media. Um, it was always supposed to be something fun, and this was an experience that I shared with people that I was getting to know. Some of whom I still remain friends with, and some I'm not, and that's okay. That is part of life. Um, but this was always fun, and the experience just kind of grew from there. And so again, my perspective has been a little bit different, I think, than a lot of my counterparts, and that is okay. Um, Again, this was fun, and it has developed from there, and it has definitely led me down roads that I certainly didn't think that it would lead me down. And I'm going to be very clear that sitting here talking with you guys, I am so incredibly grateful for every good, bad, and ugly thing that has happened along this journey, because all of those things have set me to this point where I can sit here and do this and talk with you guys. Thank you, Deborah. And you know what, Deborah, that's something that really needs to change with my channel. And I do know that. And it's also something that has needed to change with my sales. And I certainly recognize that too. Um, while there have been people that have most certainly helped me along the way, um, I have never devalued my work ethic, my contribution, my ability to source things, to find things. Um, But the biggest thanks is to each and every single one of you out there that is watching, that has continued to support my channel by being here during the lives, by making the purchases, by watching the videos. When I have said those things, I have been incredibly and sincerely sincere in that. When I have said that each and every single one of you, individually and collectively, have helped change my life for the better, I have been incredibly sincere in that. Um, I There are many things that I did not think were necessarily in the cards for me at this point in my life. And to have those blessings be bestowed upon me because of choices and decisions and the support that you all have offered that have changed my life and have brought in incredible people into my life, that is thanks to you. And that is through your support. And I really do sincerely appreciate that. Um, I apologize. I have not been reading the comments. This has been unexpected. Oh my lord, we're about. I almost got super shady. hopefully I've been more coherent than other speeches you've heard of. God love, God bless. Look, life is too short. God love, God bless. But and I think that that ultimately is what it boils down to for me, is that I do recognize that life is too short, and there are things that I maybe take too seriously, and things that I need to not take so seriously. I certainly appreciate, again, all of your love, all of your support. There have been a tremendous amount of thoughts that have been going over in my head. Truth be told, the direction of the cult of vintage, the direction of reselling. Um, what does reselling look like for me? There are a lot of external factors, I think, that are really affecting the business at large, and it's not just me. I think those of us, again, it is a smaller boat, and I'm not saying for all resellers, but I think for those of us that do this as our sole source of income, it is incredibly disturbing, because you almost feel like, is the ship going down? Okay, do I have my waddies on? Do I have my life vest on? What's the escape plan? And those thoughts, and I'm going to shoot you all straight, have really been going around in my mind. Um, this is certainly not a speech that I planned on giving tonight, but that's okay. I guess we're just going to go with that. And that's the joy of being on YouTube Live. You never know what you're going to get out here. Wordsmith, the culture of vintage. Oh boy, that was the best of intentions. You know what? At the end of the day, what was I talking? Oh, we were talking about that in another sale. I'm not that person. I'm just not that person. I'm not that person that talks about my personal business, that you know I just it's weird, it's cringy to me. For me, again, I'm not making commentary on somebody else's choices. To each Everybody has a different journey, everybody has different priorities, and putting my personal life for public consumption does not align with my priorities, shall we say. um, no, Marcy, it's not. This is a conversation, and I think it's a long overdue conversation. Um, as I said, there are videos that I do want to do. I did the video. It's time for a change, and part of the change, obviously, as you guys have seen, is that I have put out fewer videos. I do put out longer. The video that I do put out is an hour plus. The average videos that I were putting out was 20 minutes, and I was just like, why don't I just do one long one, right? Yeah, Karen, it's the realness conversation with the vintage fam. It's definitely not a goodbye. No, it's not. I wouldn't do it to y'all like that. No, it's no, 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 no. See, that's the thing. I don't, this is not some woo woo thing. You know what I mean? I can't, with like the whole pity. I'm reading. This is why I can't talk and read at the same time. This is not like some pity kind of thing like that. Like, no, I'm not fishing for people to buy what didn't get by. That's not, I don't want you guys to do that. Um, I ask you what it is that you're looking for. I have those things down, and I will, in my mind, try to incorporate that. It is just an honest conversation. Yes. Um, well, Stephanie, you guys have pulled me through a lot too, and I think that sometimes we don't communicate that because it's difficult to communicate that, and it's very awkward. Truthfully, because for me it's just like, I'm going to entertain people, and I'm going to make people laugh, and I'm going to take them to different places, and you don't realize the impact or weight that that may have in people's lives. um, so yeah, and remarkably, interestingly enough, a lot of times when you're going through very difficult situations, um, I don't know. There is an email, there is a comment. Um, is it grace, perhaps, that somebody leaves and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's why I was doing this. So you guys have really contributed to that too. So yeah, I think I am, Diane. I think that I am. I'm that person that I hold everything in and I hold everything in, and then I have a tendency to just have diarrhea at the mouth. Are any of you like that? Can you relate? Right? I think many of us are like that. So okay, anyhow, big old rambling blah, mess over with. No, I think what I would like to do, truthfully, is that I want to get into having more conversations, more real conversations, open and honest conversations. Um, I don't know. I think that that's definitely something that I have strived for, and I think that if I'm to be honest with you, that's one thing. Like, it's great to go out vintage shopping and everything, but I think there are so many deeper conversations that we can have, and they can still be related to vintage and antiques that we can have. And I've been so hesitant to want to do that, to have those conversations, to put myself out there, to put that flex out there. So yeah. Daniel, that is definitely a conversation that I would like to have, and that conversation I think is incredibly illuminating, simply because it's something that I don't think that people talk about in a way that is actually constructive and not destructive, and I think that you can have, and that's an incredibly difficult conversation to have, and I think that. That is a conversation that evokes great feeling, and I definitely, one thing that I've been trying to improve on myself is not to be reactive in my emotions, but to take a step back, take a breath, and respond in those situations. But I do think that's an incredibly important conversation. And it's something that people don't talk about in a constructive way, in a way that lets people know that, yeah, this is probably going to happen. It's happened to most of us. So yeah. Um, yeah, the reading. I know it's just yeah. It's I do it's that, and I that's part of the struggle. It's like I do have those ideas, but it's just like the time to do them is so incredibly difficult, right? Yeah. You know what, Heartbroken, I really appreciate that, and I do that is something that I do need to do more. I think that I have far greater gifts than my ability to put colors together. I do enjoy that and I love it. I do. I really do. Because sometimes it's just so pretty and it makes me happy. Um, and I like doing that. And we're going to continue to do that. But I think that, when it comes to content, I think that, and I'm trying to figure out how to best do this so that we can actually engage in a conversation. So, yeah. Um, you know what? I think that interestingly, Amy, that is something that I've really worked on. The idea or concept of a reaction. And I think that you're right. There is a satisfaction in evoking a reaction. Um, but that doesn't mean that we can't maintain our self respect, dignity, and our intelligence and give somebody a response, but a truthful response and not an overly emotional reaction. Yeah. Jane, I certainly appreciate that. Yes, I think that he is too. And that's been, you know, it's been nice to have that. So, I mean, hey, we're all human beings. As much as we try not to react, we're definitely going to have those moments of reaction. And you know what? Maybe this is what we do. Maybe we do lives. maybe we do lives instead of doing like pre-recorded videos so that way we can actually engage in a productive conversation. It's not going to be a sale. It's going to be about broader issues. It's not going to be about reselling. I mean, it will be, but it won't be. I think that we can really talk about some really good things, right? I think that we can. And I think that, I have held myself back, but I don't want to give away too much. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. Karen, I really appreciate you. Like, I really, truly do. And Miss Ruthie B, Miss Enamor Amy, I know she left us, but Miss Kim, I mean, ladies, you really do make having a live sale so much better. Yes, Fat Birds, that's right, Trina. Fat Birds is going to be on. And I will say this. I think, Trina, I'm glad that you brought that up because Fatbirds has always been a channel that I have thought has done such a fantastic job about being in the vintage and the antique world, but not making it about a monetary transaction. Like at this point, and I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Okay, maybe I'm having an epiphanal moment. All right, what do y'all think? We talk about, there are so many different live sellers now, right? That it's just like it's somebody that's shouting. Like at first you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? And then it's just like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then as it goes on and on and on, you're like, I just can't deal with it anymore. And I think that that's what's kind of happening. It's just like there's too many, I can't deal with this kind of thing. But yeah, Fatbirds is coming up at 9. And I think that they have continuously done an excellent job of remaining in the vintage and the antique sphere without being so, obviously, they have their sales, but they're such a focus on community building and humor and entertainment, and they're sincere at it, and I think the sincerity is definitely what I think attracts a lot. I would hope that a lot of people are attracted to their sincerity and the laughs and the entertainment. So if you haven't checked out Fat Birds, they are coming up at the 9 o'clock hour Eastern, of course. So and drinks, yes, yes. So any old how. What? And I'm gonna let you guys go. I have rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled. Oh my gosh, I've gotten to that point in my life. So it it and my life has definitely changed for the better too, Stephanie. And it's positive, and it's just like I want to keep it positive. I just want to know how to keep it going forward. So I appreciate you guys letting me vent a little bit. That's certainly a new experience for us all. So don't forget, coming up in 20 minutes, you'll need a drink after this conversation. Do a little pre-gaming before you go check out Flippin' and Sippin'. They are on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Fat Bird Finds. There's some really good people. You will definitely get some labs. You'll see a little vintage and antiques up for sales. Play a game and have a couple of drinks. I really do appreciate you guys. I hope that you all have a wonderful night. Don't forget, Misty and I are going to be back on Tuesday on YouTube Live, Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. And of course, I will be back next Friday here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern. I hope that you all have a good evening, a wonderful weekend, and hopefully I'll see you Tuesday. Bye, guys.